Hey, what's up, everyone? Glad to be back from a little mini vacation. And wow, it's crazy out there. I mean, I could probably talk for 20 minutes just about what's going on in the world, but this is a watch list video, so I'll try to keep it as such. I'm sure you guys in the chat room had a very profitable time without me. Most of you know that if you just follow a process and take A plus setups, you're going to be good, right? This was a good time to be in cash every night. I'm in cash every night, and what did the Dow lose like 3,000 yesterday? Nice rebound today, showing you the SPY here. You know what? Anything can happen. The ranges are crazy. Um, if I were an investor, there are certainly some things I'd be looking at, but I'm not. I'm in cash every night. I sleep better that way. And now, for people that always thought I was crazy, at least you see why, right? Um, so anyway, it's hard to get my head around having not traded for 4 days. It's just hard to get my head around how things have been acting. I tried to go through charts and look at certain stocks in the 5 minute and the 15 minute and see if they were giving clean setups or see if they were trading, a little crazy and so on. And it's also tough when I have been trading for 4 days to really put together any kind of a decent watch list. Having been away from the market, I really wasn't checking. I was keeping an eye on, like each day I would check to see what the market did that day, but I didn't look at one individual stock because I didn't want to see a price on a stock that enticed me to buy some from my phone while on vacation and hope it was higher when I got back. And in times like this, that can be pretty tempting. So I literally purposefully did not look at one stock, not one individual stock. And I even came home today. I could have logged in. Actually, I couldn't have because I slept in. I slept till like 11 today. But I could have logged in after that and maybe tried to place a trade or two. But I'd already told myself I'm a little bit out of the loop and I'm not going to log in. I'm not going to open my trading platform. I'm just going to start fresh on Wednesday morning. So there you go. Here's what I'm looking for. Now, having been away and then hearing about all the chaos and hearing how the market's getting killed, I jumped on this afternoon to look at a couple sectors, and I mean some of them really stood out, and I don't know. It's hard to get your head around it, right? Like, let's just start here. This is one that I have on watch. Toll Brothers, TOL, home builder. I think kind of a luxury home builder, but these are daily candles. So I don't know, a little over, within the last 2 weeks, it was 40. It's in the 15s. Here's the weekly. There's the monthly. So when you go on the monthly, you can see back in the wicked crisis back there, right? 15 was pretty darn good support for a few years. So we've gotten there in a big hurry. Now, I like this idea of watching Toll Brothers for a nice bounce for a trade. Again, I'm not an investor, but I like this idea because I guess the thesis is everyone's losing their jobs because every place is shutting down and no one will be buying homes. Um, I'm trying to look at it from the mindset that what if we get through this much more quickly than people thought, um, and you're also looking at like record low interest rates, and you're looking at a home builder that's been decimated in a very short term. It's not like a Disney where people are all gathering in one place. I don't know. This is where my brain went. I said, I'm look at the home builders, and this thing is so beaten up. As a trader, with everything I've just said to you, I'm looking for a clean snapback bounce and obviously an A plus entry to trade it. I think this is a decent area to be looking for, especially if there's any kind of a market bounce. Keep in mind, just for a day trade, but you might get a really nice snapback. But if I took a day trade and I kept a few shares till the close and I was up like $8 a share in some of those shares, I might hold those overnight. But for the most part, I probably wouldn't. You know me. Another one, Eat, which is a restaurant chain, and I think it's Brinkers, and I think one of them that they incorporate is Chili's. I don't know what the whole gamut is, and I could be wrong about Chili's, but that's what pops in my trader brain when I see the symbol Eat. And it's just off a cliff. I get it. People aren't supposed to go to restaurants right now. I think restaurants are closing. What I'm thinking, again, this is the way my brain works. If the grocery store shelves are empty, people might still. I think a lot of these places you can still do carry out and all that. It doesn't mean they're not going to get really hurt financially, but these could be some amazing prices. In a year from now, they probably all will be. I'm not an investor, so I still think something like an Eat under $9. And again, this was I don't know, a few weeks ago, over 40. I just think we could get a nice snapback bounce in this one as well. All right. I chose another retailer, Dick's Sporting Goods. And keep in mind, none of these, I won't take any of these unless I get kind of the market in my favor. And some of these are really set up for a nice snapback bounce. You know, Dick's Sporting Goods is another one, pretty beaten up, DKS. TPC, I can't lie to you. No idea what they do, but this thing was $15 a few weeks ago and now is under $3. I tried to figure out what they do. You know, I looked it up on FinViz, but it just really wasn't that clear. And I also don't want to get myself mired down in too many details because I don't want to get my, I don't want to get any unconscious, subconscious bias and maybe make me take a trade that I shouldn't. If you go to FinViz, it does say Industrial Goods Heavy Construction USA. 40 million in the float, 21% short. That's what FinViz says. They were awarded 2 task orders. The last headline I see was March 11th. At Camp Lejeune, if I'm saying that right, Lejeune, I don't know, I think they say Lejeune, collectively valued at $87 million. That's like the last headline on FinViz, and that was, you know, back here somewhere. I have to pause this actually. All right, not exactly sure where I left off. I had to take a phone call. Anyway, super beaten up. I want to keep my eyes on this one for a snapback bounce. I mean, think about this. 3 days ago, it was over 11. Now it's under 3. Obviously, when something like that happens, the stock market's pretty smart. It happens for a reason, but this one might be overblown. You know, I'll try to look into it a little more before we start trading tomorrow. Ulta, just another retailer. Again, this isn't like sitting at amazing support. Let's see, if you go to the weekly, I mean, I don't know. If you catch yourself looking and saying, "Ooh, look, it bounced here," you know, 1 week, 3 years ago. I don't know. I try not to do that, right? It's not, support doesn't matter 3 years ago that much in conditions like we have right now. Anyway, Ulta was over 240, about 4 sessions ago? You know, and it's beauty supply store. So some things people aren't going to stop buying, and this is probably one of those genres, right? So anyway, I want to watch that one. Where am I? Ulta. Kohl's, I chose another retailer, KSS, just another one's just straight off a cliff. Ross Store is another retailer. I mean, these things are just so beaten up. Again, I'm a day trader, so we'll see. APRN, very strong in a week tape yesterday and today, so I've already kind of missed a 2-day run. You know, they're food delivery. They deliver those at-home meals that you prepare. Grocery stores being empty, restaurants being empty. I guess the trading world decided, hey, this makes sense, and so a big 2-day run in that. I'll keep an eye on it, but I don't like chasing. UNFI, this is another one. Looks like United Natural Food. So I think they're in the food distribution business. Yeah, food wholesale. And so that's had a big 2-day move. It's basically doubled in 2 sessions. So for me, when I put this on the list, it really kind of, in the case of this one, it really kind of means, hey, put this on a chart somewhere. Let's watch it for a few days. I'd like to see a flag or a 2-day pullback, and then I would like this one a lot more. I understand that people are looking at stuff in that space. Campbell's Soup is actually a big 2-day run there, from about 46 to almost 58 in 2 sessions before giving a chunk back. Again, that's people hoarding canned goods would be my opinion. I certainly don't think what's going on now is going to hurt Campbell's Soup. It's going to help it. So, and again, traders have figured that out, but I'm trying to build stuff to watch for the next several days. So, NTGN, looks like a biotech and looks like a big rip on Tuesday, today, and a strong close. So maybe a follow through day there. And then BJ, which is the wholesale club, just like a Costco or a Sam's. There's all of its trading because it's somewhat recent IPO, a year and a half or something like that ago. And it's also made a huge move. So people are figuring out, hey, these places have lines out the door and around the buildings, but I'd like to see a couple day pullback in that too. You know what? Couple that with whatever we find as a group in the pre-market tomorrow, there should be plenty to trade. And I'll tell you what, we're going to see a lot of people. Keep in mind, we've had the lifetime membership for so long. Wayne and I were talking about this on the phone today. We're going to have a lot of people that, that haven't been in the room for a while because everyone, people like to say life gets in the way and they had to go back to work or whatever. And there's going to be a lot of people home from work. So we're going to have crowded room if I had to guess tomorrow, because that's the beauty of a lifetime membership. People can pop in whenever life permits, and life's permitting for a lot of people right now. So let's really focus tomorrow and watch the clutter, and we should have a really nice day. I'm done babbling. We'll see you in chat tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.